people have been asking me to show them how to prepare their QRMA reports in a professional format that their patients can appreciate. It is one thing to know how to run the test, it's another thing to know how to interpret the result, and it is another ballgame entirely on how to present the results to your patient in such a professional, appreciable format. So today I just want to do a video that is showing you how to prepare your patient's QRMA reports in a professional format. And now, the latest development that I've come to announce based on popular demand is I have added a summary template that is showing you how to prepare your patient's QRMA reports in a professional format. How to prepare your patient's QRMA reports in a professional format. So there are two sample templates I dropped out there. I'm going to show you a snippet. I'm going to show you a little glimpse of these two formats, but you will need to subscribe to my other masterclass course to access the full package. Okay? It's like saying I've made it easy for you because the interpretation is already there. Then practical examples that you will meet in your day-to-day consulting services are put in there. And now I have come to add a summary template. The first sample is going to be showing you the list of the organs that has problem. Now let me put it out there. When it comes to understanding the results generated by the QRMA device, you will see that within 60 seconds it's going to scan. Now after scanning, you will see an option to save the report either in a PDF format or in an HTML format. And we are going to see another option that says compositive reports. Okay, now the list is long. There are over 45 reports that you're going to be dealing with, and your patient it will be too cumbersome for them. So there is the compositive report that you will need to click that button for it to generate only the problem areas of all the organs, the ones that have issues. Okay, the ones generated there, in case you don't know, are only reports that are under moderately abnormal high, that is yellow, or severely abnormal high, that is red, or moderately abnormal low on the left side, which is yellow, and severely abnormal low, which is red on the left side. Okay, so that initial sample template that I'm going to show you shortly is showing you how to present such reports, just reports without interpretation. Okay, then maybe you use what amount to explain to your patient. While the second report is more elaborate, the second template is more elaborate. Then I am showing you the organs that are affected, the organs in yellow and red, and the result analysis. You see R++, meaning moderately abnormal on the right hand side, R++, severely abnormal on the right hand side, and L++, moderately abnormal on the left side, L++, severely abnormal on the left side. And there is a reference standard to interpret all that. So you are using symbol to summarize the report, and then there's a column that will show you the analysis. Just a brief summary trying to tell you the interpretation of R++ for lesson crystal. What does it mean? Oh, it means there's a black blue or it means the bad cholesterol is present and we are suspecting so condition may have come up or is about to come up. Then there's another column that is showing you recommendations. We're going to be showing you shortly the two samples that you can use, you can adopt in presenting your reports to your patients. So let me start by showing you how to run a test. Okay, so I double click on the quantum analyzer icon. I say yes, and it opens. Okay, so this is one of the most recent updated software. Okay, so I go to, okay, we are on home right now. I go to those here, and I click on add client record. Then you enter the client's name, John Smith. Ensure that the information you are putting in is accurate, correct, and correct. Okay, so I'm entering the birthdays, now the height, and the weight. Make sure that you have a scale to measure the current weight of your patient. Then you click on save. The next button to press is the testing button. You click on the testing button, and if it's a male, you use the left hand to place on the test rod, or if you are using the hand touch, you Make sure you're using your left hand to place on the surface of the QRMA device. If it's a female, you use your right hand. That is so because that is how it was programmed, based on the anatomical build-up of the male and the female respectively. Males left, females right. And you click on the start button. It's going to take 60 seconds to scan. So I click on the start button and click on start test and begins to scan. Now the scan is over. Okay, so I click on OK. Next you click on save report. You click on save rather. Click on the save button. It's going to save all that has been scanned. Okay, so you can see the summary of each report. You can see that of the cardiovascular, see that of the gastrointestinal, liver function, large intestine, and so on and so forth. If you want to save the report, you could save it either in PDF format or you save reports in HTML format. Alright, but our main interest is how to prepare or how to present your patient's report. As you can see that we have the ones in yellow. Uric acid index is indicating yellow here, moderately abnormal high. That's what it implies. So the idea is to present or prepare your patient's report. All these ones I just mentioned, all these ones I was clicking: cardiovascular report, gastrointestinal, liver function, large intestine, like that, every one of them. The ones that have abnormal readings, how do you prepare the reports? So please take note. You can see that the list of reports, the number of reports, there are so many. We can see here there are, let's just say there are about 45 reports. A total of 45 reports or 52 reports if you add children. Okay, so now the issue is you won't have the time to prepare reports for every single parameter for each report. So when it comes to preparing professional reports, you are preparing the reports that have issues. You are preparing reports that have issues, except your patient intentionally requested for the report of a particular organ, whether it is fine or not, then you can include that. Otherwise, the right protocol is to focus on the problem area. So you are presenting or you are preparing reports that is summed up of all the problem areas. And there is a button that is made available to generate such reports, and it is called the compositive report. So I click on compositive report. As you can see, it has generated the reports that have issues. Now, the QRMA device is restricting the problem areas to reports that are moderately abnormal high, severely abnormal high, moderately abnormal low, severely abnormal low. When I mean moderately abnormal high, severely abnormal high, I'm talking about the yellow and the red on the right side. Then moderately abnormal low, severely abnormal low is referring to the yellow and the red symbols on the left side. That is the sum total of this comprehensive report card that you are looking at. Okay, the cholesterol crystal is on the yellow. It's moderately abnormal high. Myocardial blood demand is moderately abnormal high. That's what it's implying here. Okay, so this is the sum total of it. However, if you look at some of the expert advice here, okay, this is even a more recent updated software. Most of us have previous versions of the QRMA device whereby the expert advice is suggesting foods that are not common or available in your country, like Nigeria. They ask you for black beans or some of those foods that are familiar mostly in China, not Nigeria. So most of those expert advice are useful to the Chinese. Okay, so that is why I have decided to bring out a more professional, presentable report that can look like that of a laboratory report. Alright, so let me show you two samples that I mentioned. One report sample is showing you just the problem areas and the result, while the second sample template is reflecting the organs affected, the problem, the result itself, and the interpretation, not only the interpretation of the result, but also recommendation. So you will choose for yourself which one you will prefer. Let's get right into it. I'll not be using this. So let me show you how to save reports. If you want to forward the whole results to your patient, you click on save report, then you decide where you want it. Probably my document, you keep it in my document, and you give it a name, a file name. John Smith. John Smith, QRMA test report. Okay. With this, you can always go to your document, go to my document, look for John Smith, and click on J. You can see it's asking for which format. I say PDF, that's Adobe Reader. Can you see how the report looks like? Let me reduce the font size. You can see the reports. Okay, so that's it. So if you want to forward to your patient, you click on this, you click on Bluetooth, you say send a file, whatever phone you want to, you click on it, you click on, then you say next, then you browse. You click on Documents and look for John Smith, J, John Smith. Look at it. You click on Open, you click on Next. Okay, so this is the first format I was talking about that you can use as a guide to prepare your reports. Okay, this first format, all you are doing is, okay, you have a letterheaded paper and with your company name, that's letterhead. Then the heading of the report is QRMA by Resonance Comprehensive Test Report. Then you put your patient's name, age, height, sex, date, and weight. Okay, most of this information you already have them even in your QRMA reports sheet. All right. Then you can see cardiovascular readings. The ones that are here are the ones that have issues. Okay, so I had to develop a reference guide. Okay, so let's look at the bottom here. A reference standard where moderately abnormal high is represented by R++. R meaning on the right side. Moderately, that's plus, or moderately, if it is mildly, it is plus. Okay, and then the same plus on the left, but it is for moderately abnormal low, while L is representing left side, plus is representing moderately abnormal, while severely for L is representing L++, that's 3 plus. If it's on the right side, R, then 3 plus. Okay, I just wanted to show you as a guide. It's a sample in a pattern you can use to prepare your reports, just to present the report. Normally, a lab report is not totally showing you interpretation. Okay, so if you want to prepare it this way, it's fine. And this is what you present to your patient, and it is professional enough. Then you can now go the next step to further interpret each of these reports as a consultant for added fee, okay, or for the total package which you are giving to your patient. Okay. Now, the second template is this. Second template is this. As you can see, a QRMA by Resonance Comprehensive Test Report sheet. You input the name of the patient, sex, date of birth. You may decide to put the blood pressure, pulse, weight, height, or you may decide not to input the blood pressure and pulse in this particular reading if you don't have. But we always advise that you have a scale, you have a BP monitor, so you look like a professional when you are running your test. Okay, I'm fast scrolling it because I don't want you to see all the test report analysis, but I'll just show you the first few. Okay, take for example cardiovascular. You can see for cardiovascular, cholesterol crystal, R++. See the analysis, just a summary, interpreting that there's a plaque build-up that is significant there. In summary, trying to tell you that the bad cholesterol is present there. vascular resistance. If it's R++, we'll say high blood pressure is suspected. So you now want to run a BP reading to check whether the person's BP is actually high. And vascular elasticity is implying that the blood vessel is getting less elastic. All right. Now the idea is this: if you go through my course, my QRMA Device Online Masterclass course, each of these parameters have been explained. I have added this summary at the end of the course, an additional small video module trying to summarize each and every one of it, just to make it easy for you to thank me later. In the first place, a few months ago, I already put about 25 shortcut methods on how to detect 25 diseases, like where to check your QRMA device to detect prostate enlargement, fibroid, kidney stone, ulcer, and so on. And about 25 of them, if you subscribe to my online masterclass, you will see it as a module on its own with all those different lessons. Right now, I've added this, all right, where you can use as a guide to summarize or prepare a report, interpreting the report in a small summary and recommendation. You can see. Let me first let me show you another one. Okay, look at you can see vitamin A. Let me show you vitamin analysis. You can see vitamin A indicating poor vision, poor immune system, poor skin health tendency. So if L++ is indicating it is vitamin A is deficient, right? So and the person is likely to experience any of this. Vitamin B3 is showing vitamin B3 deficient, so the person is likely to experience skin dysfunction tendency, circulatory dysfunction, and so on. Vitamin B6, the same way too. Skin is deficient, vitamin B6 deficient, skin dysfunction, immune impairment, anemia tendency, nerve dysfunction. Alright, so I have done this for all the reports. If you subscribe for my online masterclass course, you're going to find all these details there. Made it easy for you. So what are you waiting for? Go and subscribe for my QRMA Device Online Masterclass course. You're going to see this summary there that you can use as a guide to prepare your report professionally. I've made this work easy for you, okay? But it's going to be the last module because I want you to go through the course and be thorough in understanding the concept. Then as a starter, you can use this as a guide because what I put here is not the only interpretation there, but just a guide for starters, right? I don't have recommendations, okay? You can see the sample I showed you, the recommendation column is empty, but let me just show you a few because I have done jobs. I do jobs for a number of my subscribers. Some of them have requested as starters that I should. They will run a test, they run scan for their patient and forward it to me and pay me good money. So prepare the report for them professionally and make recommendations. Take for example now, brain nerve, you can see is indicating memory index is monitored at normal low, is indicating an impaired long-term memory, meaning that this person is likely to be forgetting long-term memory. Alright? And I made recommendation. Take omega-3, take vitamin E, take foods that are rich in vitamin B1, vitamin B2s, or supplement. Take more fruits and vegetables. Okay? Look at for bone mineral density. Is R++, moderate and normal high, is indicating osteoporosis is happening. That's calcium loss at the bones, which will make the bones brittle. Then, what about recommendation? I said eat diets high in calcium and vitamin D3. Do exercise often. Okay, for bone mineral density is indicating less bone mineral density, which can lead to bone fracture. And I recommended same thing: eat diets high in calcium and vitamin D3, and do exercise often. Okay, so you can prepare your report that way. You have a column that is showing the organs, then a column that is showing the results, a column that is showing the analysis, that's explanation, brief summary and explanation, and a column that is showing recommendation. That will look professional, that will look concise, that will help your client to go back satisfied with information on what to do about their health. So if you're in a network company, if you are dealing with some network product, healthcare company, you can, under recommendation, you can now input those recommendations there and probably provide those recommendations for them. Alright, so I believe this will be helpful to you. Okay, but if you want to access the full information on this professional method of preparing QRMA test reports, a comprehensive one, subscribe for my QRMA online masterclass course and you're going to find it there. You know, one thing about the QRMA device comes with a manual, but the manual only shows you how to run a test, and that you can learn within 10 minutes or less. The main problem is interpretation of the reports, interpretation of the results, and that's where I come in. That's where you need me. That's why I'm taking time to prepare a QRMA device online masterclass course that carries over 200 video clips of over 30 reports that is showing you how to interpret these results when you come under the cardiovascular and cerebrovascular data analysis and you see the likes of the blood viscosity, cholesterol crystal, left ventricular effective pump power. What do these things mean? When the results are moderate abnormal high, severe abnormal high, moderate abnormal low, severe abnormal low, what do they mean? I have taken time to explain, define every of these parameters in my course, showing you how to interpret those results, how to understand and define most of those parameters and symptoms. I have listed symptoms that an abnormal result will suffer from. I took time to do all those details. So if you have a QRMA device, you're going to need to subscribe for my online masterclass course in QRMA. Alright, one of the most recent additions to the course, I put in there a few months ago how to detect 25 common diseases with your QRMA device. Where to check in your QRMA device to detect prostate enlargement, breast lump, ulcer, and so on. Okay, we also have other online masterclass courses like the NLS device and Meta Hunter online masterclass course, right? And we also have the natural medicine online masterclass course. If you are in this field as an healthcare giver, you need all this information to build your knowledge level, build your confidence, and deliver solution to your patients. And if you're using the Bioflow Tracker NLS device, we also have a secret course for that. If you want to subscribe for any of these courses, just type on the comment section, I want to subscribe, and I'm going to guide you on how to subscribe. If you subscribe, I'm your coach for life. If you have any question, I'm available to answer you. Trust me, you are the one lagging behind. Several people have subscribed. We have over 1,000 subscribers since today in 37 countries. What are you waiting for?